Has anyone ever shared this little trick with you? A strainer isn't just for draining noodles or washing vegetables. It's a familiar tool in everyday kitchen tasks. And this old 1 to 2 signal splitter is usually used to share a TV signal between two devices, often left unused after an upgrade. But when you bring these two simple items together, they can take on a completely new role and turn into a homemade antenna. Sounds hard to believe, but it's absolutely real. Now let's get started. As you can see with the naked eye, this splitter has a very simple design. One side has two connectors while the other side has just one. And interestingly, if you take a closer look, the shape of the strainer closely resembles a satellite dish. That curved surface works in a similar way, helping to collect and focus TV signals from the air toward a single point for better reception. So, taking advantage of that shape, I'm going to secure the side with the two connectors right onto the front of the strainer. Next, I've prepared a short coaxial cable here to act as the signal receiving part of this homemade antenna. The reason is quite straightforward. Coaxial cable is designed to carry high-frequency signals with minimal loss, and its inner core can effectively capture incoming TV signals. By using a short length, we keep the signal path clean and reduce interference, helping the antenna perform more reliably. Here is an F-type female connector, which is perfect for linking one end of the coaxial cable to any port on the 1 to 2 signal splitter. This type of connector is commonly used in TV signal systems, so it ensures a secure fit and stable signal transmission. Now let's take a closer look at the copper core inside the coaxial cable. This is the part that directly receives the TV signal. Instead of leaving it straight, shaping it into a small coil, almost like a spring, and then bending it into a gentle arc can actually improve its ability to pick up signals. That curved, coiled form helps increase the surface area and interact better with incoming waves, making the reception a bit more sensitive and effective. With this old phone holder, I'm going to turn it into the base of the antenna. The reason is quite practical. It already has a stable structure and a firm grip, which helps keep the antenna upright and reduces unwanted movement while receiving signals. A steady base like this can make a noticeable difference in signal consistency. At the same time, it gives the whole setup a cleaner, more intentional look instead of just a loose DIY build. Using plastic zip ties here is a practical choice to secure the handle of the strainer along the arm of the old phone holder. They're easy to tighten, hold firmly in place, and help keep everything aligned without shifting during use. After completing those steps, I'll move on to working with the remaining connector on the splitter. Next, I have a longer piece of coaxial cable which I'll use to connect our homemade antenna device to the TV. This longer cable ensures the antenna can be positioned conveniently while still maintaining a strong signal. With this cable end, besides attaching a standard F-type female connector, I'm also adding a 90-degree F-type female adapter. The idea is simple. It makes connecting to the TV much easier, especially when you're working in tight spaces or when the port is tucked behind the screen. Alright, that's it. Now let's take our homemade antenna device outside and give it a test to see how well it works. And to make sure there's no suspicion of manipulating the results, I'll show you the TV first so you can see that it currently has no signal. Only after that will we connect the antenna. I didn't expect it to work this well. From a few simple, familiar items, we've put together a homemade antenna that delivers surprisingly stable and clear reception. The signal comes through consistently, with minimal interference, and it holds up far better than you might think for something this simple. It's one of those setups that proves you don't always need expensive equipment to get solid results. Sometimes, a bit of creativity and a good understanding of how things work can take you a long way. And honestly, seeing it perform like this makes the whole process feel well worth it.